Hello student, let us discuss now removal of permanent hardness of water. Okay, in last video we came to know how to remove the temporary hardness of water. Now let us discuss how to remove permanent hardness of water. Okay, in this we have the first word, treating with the washing soda. What is the formula of washing soda? It is nothing but what? Sodium carbonate. Formula is what? Na2CO3. Now, so what is happening when hot water react with the sodium carbonate or washing soda? So washing soda react with the soluble calcium and magnesium chlorides and sulfates in hot water to form insoluble carbonates. Here already we came to know permanent hardness of water because of what? Presence of chlorides and sulfates. Okay, we have the chlorides and sulfates. If it's bicarbonate is there, it is a what? Temporary. If chlorides and sulfates are there, it is a permanent. So now you are going to remove what? Chlorides and sulfates, treating with the washing soda. Now let us see here equation. Here M means what? Nothing but you are taking the either calcium or magnesium, nothing but metal. Okay, so here nothing but you are taking the calcium chloride or calcium sulfate, or you are taking the what? Magnesium chloride or magnesium sulfate. Okay, either you can take any one. So what happened when on reaction with the sodium carbonates? So as you know very well, here we have the positive and the chlorine has a negative. So you are going to get the what? Carbonates. Okay, that is insoluble along with the some salts. Now if sulfates react with the sodium carbonates, you are going to get the what? Again insoluble carbonates along with the salts. Simply again you are converting to what? Soluble salts into insoluble. So once you are going to get the insoluble, what happened? You can precipitate, you can easily separate out. Next method what we have? Colgan method. Okay, this is make it correction. This is a B, not the C. Okay, so Colgan here under method for removal of permanent hardness of water, we have the Colgan. Now Colgan means what? Actually it is a what? Sodium hexametaphosphate. Okay, sodium hexametaphosphate. What is the formula? Na6 P6O18 is commercially called as a what? Colgan. As you know very well, in the word chemicals, along with the formula name, you have the commercial name. Okay, so the commercial name of Na6P6O18 commercially means it is in the what market? It is having the what name as a Colgan. So this is when added to the hot water. What is the reaction is taking place means, first what happened here? From this Colgan, you are going to lose the 2 sodium ions. Okay, 2 sodium ions means what happened? So you left it with the -2. Okay, this is a complex anion. Why? Because means 2 sodium ions left means it is losing the 2 electrons. So that charge you are going to get the what? -2. Now this complex, now what happened? Going to react with the calcium or magnesium ions in the hot water. Okay, now here we have the M plus means either you take the calcium or magnesium ion. So here what happened here? Again from this you are going to lose the what? 2 sodium ions. So now going to substitute what here? Here Na4 is become to Na2 with the 2 metal here. This calcium ion going to or magnesium ion going to substitute here with the acid P6O18. Okay, here -2 will be as such. Okay, why? Because means as you know very well, on the calcium we have the +2 charges. Okay, this charges has to balance means we have to replace our 2 sodium ions. Why? Because means one sodium having the one positive charge, 2 sodium means 2, then only charges are going to balance. Now this is a +2, here also +2 will be equal. So from this complex what happened? Again sodium ion, 2 sodium ion going to lose, and these sodium ions are substituted with the what? Calcium or magnesium ions. So you left with it. This is the complexes you are going to get. So if you take with the equation, so here we have the calcium. Okay, this is a complex ion we got. So 2 sodium ions are going to replace with the what? Here calcium. So you got the calcium, 2 sodium ions are came out. Next if you take the magnesium ion, okay, cation. So this magnesium ion replace the 2 sodium ions. So here you got the magnesium, okay, along with the two sodium ions came out. This is the equations, okay, for the Colgan. Colgan is important. What is the formula of Colgan and how this reaction is going to it's happen, you have to remember. Next, third method we have for removal of permanent hardness of water is what? Ion exchange method. Name itself we have ions are going to exchange, okay, that is called ion exchange method. Let us see how it is. This method is also called zeolite or permutate process. Another name what we have here, ion exchange method or zeolite or permutate method. So you have to remember all. Why? Because means in exam sometime they will ask zeolite method or permutate method or ion exchange method. Okay. Now let us see what is a zeolite. Means what is the formula of zeolite means? It is a what? Hydrated sodium aluminum silicate is called zeolite or permutate. This is nothing but one of the compound that having the hydrated means we have the water molecule in that sodium aluminum silicates are there. Those are called as a zeolite. Now let us see the diagram. Okay, I will show the diagram how it will be look like. Okay, these are the zeolites. You can see here small. It will look like a pearls type. Okay, white pearls. It will be like, okay, in that size it will. You can see here. This is the zeolites we are using for the removal of permanent hardness of water. Okay. So we came to know what is the zeolite and how it will be there. Okay. Now, for the sake of simplicity, means for writing the what to make our convenient, we are writing the sodium aluminum silicate. Okay, we have sodium aluminum. This is a silicate SiO4 minus. Okay, this sodium aluminum silicate simply we are writing the NaZ. Okay, means in that we have sodium, Z means zeolite. Simply we are writing what? NaZ indicate what? Sodium aluminum silicate. So now let us see the equation here. When you add the hot water here, exchange of reaction taking place. What is our method name itself? Ion exchange. Now the exchange of reaction is going to take place. Let us see how it is there. Here we have the sodium. Okay, with the zeolite what we have ion? Sodium is there. Okay. Now these sodium ions are going to exchange with the what? Calcium ion. So now there is exchange. So now it's coming with the calcium. Okay, now sodium ions are came out. Okay, so here if you see, as you know very well, Na plus Z minus. Now calcium having the what? Plus 2. So now what happened? This is going out and now it's going to react with the calcium. So as you know very well, crisscross, what happened here? If you go for the crisscross, so you are going to get the calcium as a Z2. Okay, this is the formula you are going to get. So here what happened? Ion exchange means here calcium ion is replaced with the sodium ions. Again if you see here magnesium, what happened? This magnesium ion replaced the sodium ions in the zeolites. So you are going to get the MgZ2 ion along with the two sodium ions that came out. Okay, means simply you are going to replace the sodium ions from the zeolite. Next we have regeneration of exhausted zeolite. Exhausted means, as you know very well, meaning means saturated. As you know very well, if you have so many work like so what you will tell, exhausted means you don't have that much of capacity. Okay, so here also what happened, continue if you use the zeolites, what happened, they are going to exhaust, means their efficiency going to be dropped. So I want to go for the regeneration here, means again I want to get back my zeolites. So here we have regeneration of exhausted zeolite. So permitted zeolite is said to be exhausted when all the sodium in it is used up. Means what we are telling here. Here if you see, the sodium ions are replacing with the magnesium. So if you do continuously, what happened? All whatever we have, for example, I took the 1 kg of zeolites. Okay. So in that you have, so for example, in 1 kg, for example, you think about we have the 1000 sodiums are there. So if you are going on using, what happened, this sodium ions are came back and all replaced with the calcium and magnesium, isn't it? So that time what happened, you don't have any sodium ion. That is called what? Exhausted zeolite. Now that can be, we can go for the regeneration by adding sodium chloride. So it is regenerated for further use by treatment with the what? Sodium chloride. Okay. So here we have calcium. Here with this is called what? Along zeolites, we instead of sodium we have the calcium magnesium ion. So this is called what? Exhausted zeolite. Now treatment with our sodium chloride. So what happened again, there is exchange, means the sodium ion is replaced with the calcium. So calcium, here calcium chloride, here you are going to get the what, magnesium chloride. Now your zeolite is what, regenerated, means in the zeolite our sodium is came back. This is called what, regenerated zeolite. Now you may get doubt why we are doing again regeneration. I am talking about the in bulk amount. Okay, as you know very well, in the industry we are using in the some tons of zeolite. So as in the economic point of view, so once after using means again if you use new zeolites means it is no use. Okay, it is a highly budget. So what happened, we have to go for the regeneration. I'm not talking about the, if you are taking the like 0.5 more or 0.5 kg like that is okay, but if you go for the industry level, like if it's going for the bulk amount, it is too difficult. So we have to go for the what, regeneration. Now let us see here, for example we have here big tank will be there. Okay, here you can see the zeolite bed. In this means we are already filled with the zeolites are there, some tons of zeolite will be there. Okay, so in this tank you can pour the hot water from this side. This is called inlet. Okay, so what happened, once you are pouring the hot water, what happened, in hot water we have the calcium and magnesium ions. Okay, so this calcium magnesium ions, in the zeolite what we have, sodium ions. So sodium ions, simply now what happened, this calcium magnesium ions are trapped by the zeolites and the sodium ion is came to the water. So this is called now soft water. So what happened, continue if you use the hard water, what happened, our zeolites are going to be exhausted, means there is no more sodium ions to replace the calcium and magnesium ion. So what we are going here, we are going for the regeneration. So how we are doing for regeneration? For regeneration we are using the sodium chloride solution. Now from that you are going to inject now. So slowly what happened, whatever the exhausted zeolites is there, it's going to get back, mean you are going to get the regenerated zeolite. Here we have another diagram, same. So this is our zeolite bed, nothing but having the what, NaZ, nothing but zeolite. In that we have the sodium ions. Okay, so this is a hot water containing calcium and magnesium ion. You are going to pour on the zeolite bed. So slowly what happened, here you can see, for example here we have almost 8 sodium ions, but slowly what happened here, on the bed you are going to get the calcium and magnesium ion, and there is a decrease in the what, number of sodium ions. So as you know very well, 2 sodium ions can replace the 1 calcium and magnesium ion. So 1 calcium magnesium ion has to bind to the zeolite, means we have to remove the 2 sodium and magnesium ions. Why? Because means charge has to balance. So slowly what happened here, in the water, in the it is called soft water, in that soft water you have the what, sodium ions. So why we are calling ion exchange type, means here, so one ion is exchanged with the another ion, so that's why it's calling as what, ion exchange method. We are going to use the zeolite are permitted, that's why it's calling as a what, zeolite are permitted method. Next, another method for removal of permanent hardness of water, nothing but fourth one, we have synthetic resin method. So here, before that we should come to know what is the resins. Okay, resins are insoluble polymeric solids having the giant hydrocarbons network containing reactive acidic and basic group. Okay, here also we have the say big what, polymer. As you know very well, polymers means is a big structure. For example, you are using the bucket, mug, nothing but all are polymer. They are having the big structure. Here also resins having the polymer and those are in the solid state. Okay, in that we have the, mainly you have to remember they have the reactive acidic and basic groups. These are here, if you go for the if you compare it with the zeolite method. Okay, these are superior to zeolite because they can remove the cation and anion as well, both. Here for example, if you go for the zeolite method, what we are doing, simply you are removing the only calcium and magnesium ions. Okay, we are not going to remove any anion. Okay, now if you go for the washing soda method, what happens, simply you are going to remove the chlorides and sulfate ions. Okay, so what happened here, sometimes you are removing the cations and sometimes you are removing the anion. But in the case of here in synthetic resin method, you are going to remove both cation and anion. So here, so because of this one, you are going to result the water that is called demineralized or deionized water. Okay. So if you remove only cations, that is called what? Soft water. But if you remove both cation and anion, that is called what? Demineralized or deionized water. So how it is will be there? Here you can see the image. Okay. So here we have the cation exchange bed. Okay, nothing but here we have the two big tanks will be there. First is in this bed we are going to exchange the cation. This is called cation exchange bed. And second one we have the anion exchange bed. Nothing but in this we are going to exchange the anion. So we have the two tanks. So cation and anion exchange beds. Nothing but in this we have the resins. Okay. So first resin we have cation exchange resin will be there in this. In this we have anion exchange resin. So what you are going to do? First you are going to send the water through the cation exchange bed. Nothing but first you have to going for the send through the first you are going to remove the cation. Okay. So what happened in this? So you can see here hot water containing what, as you know very we have cations calcium and magnesium. Anions we have chlorides and sulfides. Okay. When you pass the hard water through the first cation exchange bed, so what happened here? So cations are going to trap means here on bed calcium and magnesium are going to be trapped. So what we left? We left with the only anion. Okay. So here you can see only anions are came back. There is no cation and anion in the outlet. Okay. Here we have the H plus. That is why it is I will tell later. Okay. Here only we have the one cation. That is nothing but H plus. Why it is coming back, that I will tell later. Okay. So if you see there is no calcium and magnesium ion, only we have anion. So cations are exchanged in this bed. So this water is what? Cation free water and is having the low pH or acidic in nature. Why? Because means as you know very well H plus ions is present means it indicate what? Acid. Okay. So as you know very well in the pH scale. Okay. pH scale here we have 7 means neutral. Less than 7 means what? It is a acidic. Okay. If more than 7 means here with basic. Okay. So as you know very well pH here pH is less means what? Nothing but low pH. Nothing but indicate what? Acidic nature. More pH means indicate means basic nature. So here so it having the what? Low pH. Why? Because means H plus ions present and acidic in nature. Why? Because means presence of H plus. It is a soft water. Already we discussed only if you remove the anion that water is called what? Soft water. So from the cation exchange bed you are going to get the what? Soft water. Next the water from the here from cation exchange bed you are going to pass the what? In the anion exchange bed. So here you can see along with the H plus we have the anion. Okay. Now so what happened once you pass the here there is a exchange of anion. Okay. We are going to remove the chlorides and sulfate. So what happened in this bed you have the OH minus also there. So in the resin having the OH minus, how it is there I will go for the reaction later now. So what happened? Anions are going to trap. So here we are having the H plus now. Okay, this H plus and react with the OH minus. Why? Because means anion exchange bed having the OH minus. These are together giving the H2. Okay, as you know very well, H2 is in the neutral. So the water is coming from the anion bed. It is called as a demineralized water. Okay, why? Because means you are going to remove the cation, anion both. So finally you are going to get the what? Demineralized water. So again here what happened? Your what resins are going to be exhausted. So means what happened? Their efficiency going to be decreases. So again we are going for the regeneration. Now for cation exchange bed we are going to use the dilute HCl as sodium chloride. Okay. For regeneration of anion exchange bed we are going to use the sodium hydroxide. Why we are using only this one? I will go for the now reactions. Let us see the reactions. And one more thing, here we have the neutral pH. Means why? Because means here we don't have H plus and OH minus ion. So finally we are going to get the water. So it is having the what? Neutral pH. Now let us see the reactions how it is going to be happen in cation exchange bed. So cation exchange resin means what? They have in the acidic group such as means what? COH H group. Okay. Again, simply for the sake of convenience, we are writing the simply as a what, resin H plus. Okay, this much of, we are not going to write the big structure. Just now we discussed as a zeolite how we are going to write NaZ. Here also resin also we are writing as a what, simply resin H plus. This indicate means what, acidic resin. So here we have the resin acidic cation exchange. Okay, so having the word acidic nature. So this is our important active group we are going to write here. So in a hard water we have the calcium and magnesium ions. So this cation going to exchange with the word H plus. So simply what happened? This magnesium and calcium are going to trapped by the word resin and H plus are came back. Okay. So you can see the H plus how it is coming back now. Okay. So this calcium and magnesium ions are trapped by the resin and we got what, H plus ions are came out. Now here you can see here, see H plus and Y came means here because the resin consists of acidic group nothing but H plus. Now it is came out. Why? Because mean in this calcium and magnesium ions are trapped. Okay, so we left with the only H plus ion came back. Now you understand why it came back. So again here what happened, regeneration of cation exchange resin. So our resin again it is going to be exhausted. So we are going to we have to go for the regeneration. So this is called exhausted resin. Means instead of H plus you have the calcium magnesium ion. Now these resins are now reactive with the what, HCl. You are going to add the dilute HCl. So what happened? Again from this what, magnesium are going to replace with the H plus. So here again H plus going to replace with the here. So simply what happened? Your resin are came back. Okay, here regenerated resin. So you have the some salt that you are going to remove as a precipitate. These are the reactions that are in the cation exchange bed. Next we'll go for the anion exchange resin. Now anion exchange resin means what, they have the basic group such as OH minus here important. Again for the sake of convenience we are not writing the big structure, simply we are writing the resin OH. Okay, this is the active group. So here again in hard water now anions are reacting. Previously what happened, cations are reacted. Now anions what we have, sulfate and chlorate. Okay, so now anion exchange resin having the OH minus active group. Now this OH minus are substituted by the sulfate ion, again here chloride ion. So now sulfate anions are trapped by the resin and came back with what, you left with the OH minus ions. Now here you can see that why we came the OH minus ions. Okay, this OH minus ion came from the ion exchange bed. So here we have H plus from the cation exchange bed. OH minus means the anion exchange bed, you are going to get the water. Now I hope you understood. Okay. Again what happened, we have to go for the regeneration of anion exchange resin. So you are going to add the what, sodium hydroxide. This is our exhausted resin. Why? Because we instead of instead of OH you have the anion. So once you react with the sodium hydroxide, what happened, this chloride ion replaced with the what, sodium. So you are going to get the what, regenerated resin. Okay, this is a regeneration of anion exchange resin. Here we have a note. What is that means? The hard water which is coming from cation exchange resin is called soft water. Why? Because means already we told this is free from the only cation. So it is called what, soft water. And it is acidic in nature. Why? Because means here we are going to get the H plus. So due to presence of H plus it is in acidic in nature. Whereas water is coming from the one anion exchange bed is called deionized or demineralized water. Why? Because means it is free from the both cation and anion and it is having the what, neutral in nature. Why? Because means the cation, here we have the H plus which is coming from the cation exchange bed and anion resin already have the OH minus ion. They are giving together H2O, that's why it's having the what, neutral in pH. Okay. Now let us see the differences between ion exchange method and a synthetic resin method. This is for the sake of only to get the clarity about the methods. Okay. So if you go for the ion exchange method, we have the beds that nothing but tanks having the what, zeolites. In case of synthetic resin method, what happened? We have the again here also bed, but in that we have the resins. In that again we have the two types, cation resin and anion resin. Next, here what happened, you are going to remove the only cations. So therefore you are going to get the soft water in case of ion exchange method. But here what happening, if you go for the synthetic resin method, Here we are going to remove the both cation and anion. So that's why you are going to get the what? Demineralized water. So here what happened in the ion exchange method, regeneration is done by with what? Aqueous and sodium chloride. But in case of synthetic method, what happened? You are going to get the cation resin is going to regenerate with the HCl or sodium chloride, whereas anion going to regenerate with the what? Sodium hydroxide. So these are the differences for the sake of to understand the concept clearly. Okay.